Hello everyone and welcome back guys to AOR Season 14 and Round 3 of the Championship today here at Bahrain. And quickly before we get into this race, literally within the last sort of 20 minutes of recording this video, we have hit 3,000 subscribers. So, you know, I can't thank you guys all enough for that. But yeah, I'm sort of going to make this more of a highlights video. I've got a special plan for 3,000 subscribers later on in the week. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my fastest lap in qualifying. So down towards the line we go, and it's going to be P12 on the grid there with a 1 minute 29.1. So overall I was fairly happy with that lap. Wasn't exactly happy with where it left me overall in qualifying. You can just see there quickly before we get to the end of the session just how close F2 is. It's ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. The top 12 there, as you can see, I was 6/10 off pole in 12th place. Top 10 separated by 4/10 of a second there. So yeah, it's ridiculously competitive, but starting P12, it does really open up some interesting race strategies for myself. Probably going to opt for the one stop in this Grand Prix, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the main aim, to be honest, will be just to try and make sure that we can get the car right through to the finish. Yeah, but there, starting P12 right next to my Williams teammate of Coldhead there, just 2,000ths behind him in qualifying, which, you know, I felt a little bit robbed by. But yeah, we're going to go for a set of the mediums, then going to go to a set of the super softs right through to the very end of the Grand Prix there. My teammate Coldhead, I think, is going to do the opposite strategy to me and take the super softs, you know, sort of around lap 10, lap 11, and then move to a set of mediums right through to the very end of the Grand Prix. But yeah, hopefully, as I said, the main aim just to finish this race. You know, if you have missed out the first two races, I would highly, highly recommend going back and checking them out. But here we are then on the grid, ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix here in the sunset. It is 5 lights on the grid, and it is lights out, and away we go, and off to overall a pretty poor start there, trying to counter the wheel spin there. Coldhead gets a ridiculous start around the outside, with respect everyone down in towards someone, but breaking it down to try and keep it nice and clean. Going to go down the inside of the Haas car there, returning it to contact with the Mercedes, but through the exit of turn 1, a piece of debris nearly took the head off there, but we do survive for now, and we're up into P11 there. We've got Icebergs just on my outside in the run down towards the next corner there. He's going to go a little bit later on the brakes. We're going to try and keep it down the inside up for P11. He will have the run out though of the corner, and you know, he'll have the racing line into the next turn, so we're going to back out of that, give him the racing line there, and hold on to P12 for the moment there. So overall it's been a decent start for myself. We've held on to position. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're the only driver on a set of the medium tyres as of now, which, you know, I'm happy with that at the moment. You know, we're feeling comfortable with the paces. We nearly run into the back of Icebergs there through the, you know, horrible double left-hander there. But yeah, starting on the mediums, the only driver to do so, really does obviously open up a bit more flexibility for myself as we come down towards the final S section here to finish sector 2 of the lap. But skipping on now to the end of a lap 2 here, and we start to face a little bit of pressure as Brown is actually going to have a look down the inside of me, down in towards turn 1 there. He's going to go, well, he's on the much quicker set tyres, so he's going to hold it down the inside there. Not really much I can try to do to defend from that, as we've now got Nopals trying to look right around my outside there. Fortunately for him, not able to make that move stick as of yet, but, you know, he's on, once again, quicker set of tyres, and I sort of wanted to try and defend as much as I could, but, you know, I wasn't going to be ridiculous with it, as Nopal's going to try and look down the inside in towards turn 1, braking very, very late there. So, you know, he's got the race in line. We're just going to try and, you know, hold position, and as I said, you know, this race, I want to finish more than anything else, but we got a better run than Nopal's out of the corner. I'm going to have a look down the inside. There he goes, very, very aggressive, a tiny bit of lag from his end there, a tiny bit of contact down towards turn 4 there. Not ideal, but, you know, we've held on, facing the right direction for now, and that is the main thing we can ask for at the moment. Just don't face the wrong way, and, you know, it should be fairly decent for myself. Most drivers will have to two-stop this Grand Prix, and as you can see, by the end of lap 10 here, we were flying up the order. We were up to P3 by this point, as everyone was pitting. We were on the podium until VRT Herschel started to dive it down the inside. Then we had Poodle going for, I don't even know what that attempt was. Just went for a gap that was never really there because there were two cars in the way. But yeah, Poodle made contact with me there. But we hold on to P4, and by lap 12, we were over to P2 as everyone had pitted. Herschel was the only driver that was ahead of me now. And now we've got Franglish and TRL Ellis here, who Franglish is going to have a look down the inside in towards the final corner there. And he parks it a bit, and, you know, I wanted to try and get a nice clean run out of the corner there, but nothing going to be able to do for now. Franglish goes a bit defensive there, not really too sure what that's all about, as TRL Ellis is also going to have to run on me down towards turn 1, and he's just going to fly past me there, so I've been mugged by both Renaults down in towards the corner there, but, you know, they're having their own battle at the moment, and they actually got pretty damn aggressive with each other later on during the race. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it clean, you know, play my own race at the moment. But you can see Coldhead now, he's already made his pit stop, and he is the car behind me here, so it's looking strong for him. But meanwhile, on to lap 15 of the Grand Prix, decided, you know, I was going to pit a little bit earlier than I originally intended. Made a couple of mistakes on these tyres, as you can see, coming through the final corner there, making one more mistake. But I'm going to pit on a little bit early onto a set of the soft tyres. We break it down, get it just about slowed down nicely into the pit lane, and I completely forgot to change onto a set of the soft tyres. So looks like we're going to try and drag a set of the super soft tyres 13 laps right the way through to the very end of the Grand Prix. It's not an ideal strategy, I'm not going to lie. This will probably, well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, tyre wear usually been my strong point on this game, so I'm not willing to give up yet. You know, the whole aim of points is still a reality at this moment of time, and as we can see, skipping on, you know, a couple of laps later, we're now all over the back of VBR Poodle here as we come through the final couple of corners here. Lap 17 of the Grand Prix on a fresh set of the quicker tyres against Poodle, who's been on that set of mediums for a few laps now. We're going to make up a couple more places as a couple of drivers in the pits, but down the inside of Poodle for P10 in the Grand Prix. Back into the points once more. Yes, we do. Parking on the inside there. And we now move up, as I said, into P10 again. Ellis has just made another pit stop there. So he's on a set of the soft tyres, and he's pitted after me, which probably just shows how optimistic, I think is the right word, my strategy was going to be right through to the very end of the Grand Prix. But making up a few more positions, as everyone else, you know, most people were on a two-stop Grand Prix here. So I was still, you know, making my way up through the field. And this was exactly what I wanted, you know, as we come through turn 1, get a little bit squirmy there on the exit of the corner. But yeah, we're holding on for now, and as we skip on to lap 23, the pace was falling off just a bit. Mighty Midget able to fly down my inside in towards turn 1 there, so, you know, he's on a much fresher set of these super soft tyres, and I sort of didn't really want to fight, but I sort of really wanted to score points. So for me, it was just about trying to hold on. As we can see, by the end of lap 23, the tyres on 50%, so 50%, 6 laps, 5% a lap was going to be very tough. The tyres probably wearing at just over 6% a lap, and by lap 26 you can see the tyres were just struggling more and more. 66%, we probably had about 10-15% left to play with, and we had 3 full laps of this Bahrain circuit here, so this is not looking reassuring there. But we are going to move up another place as Nopals makes a bit of a mistake there, so back up into P7 of the Grand Prix. Sam F1 LFC is closing in on me quite quickly at the moment though, and we're probably, you know, going to lose the place to him very soon. As we can see, skipping on 1 lap later, lap 27, the tyres up to 72%, 2 full laps to go. Sorry, 3 full laps to go still in this Grand Prix. I got the maths ever so slightly wrong there, as obviously you've got to complete all of lap 29 as well. Sam's going to have a dive down the inside into turn 4. I don't really blame him for that, you know, I'm a city duck at the moment. You see we're back down to P8 and TSR Unleashed, and whoever is right behind him are going to be the next 2 cars that are going to be trying to fight with me for position here. We've got about 4-second gap to those guys, 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Probably 5-10% left on the tyres as well. This is going to be very, very tight with just a few laps to go of this race. But now skipping on to lap 28 here, and as you can see, have a look at the little dashboard there. The exclamation mark in red has come on, and that is not a good sign here. The gap to TSR Unleashed is going to be 2.4 seconds, I think, if I'm not mistaken there. So, you know, he was not closing me up enough just yet. The potential to still hold on to this glorious, glorious P8, you know, was still a reality here as we come through these next couple of corners, breaking down the double left-hander. Horrible, horrible corner, especially when you're on such a worn set of tyres there. Fifth gear, trying to just put as little power through the rear wheels as we possibly can here. But these tyres are over 80%. They had effectively turned to jelly. Now, it's a bit of an odd way to describe it, but the rears just go really, really, you know, flat almost, obviously, where they have got no air just left in them. And unfortunately, as we come through the next couple of corners, the rear right decides to explode on just 78% there. But yeah, that's a rear puncture. 1 lap to go. Nearly put it in the wall there, unfortunately. Is just no control on the car, and, you know, wanted to try and keep it out of the way of everyone else there. But that, unfortunately, was the end of my Bahrain Grand Prix. My teammate Coldhead there actually able to do miracles with that one-stop strategy in the other Williams car there. So the Williams did actually win the Grand Prix there. But hopefully, you know, you guys have enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. Just obviously hit 3,000 subscribers now. The next thing is 4K. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.